All right. What's going on out there? Just put in at Remley's Point. I'm going to switch around here. And Remley's Point right there behind me. Over in Mount Pleasant.
All stations. This is the United States Coast Guard, Sector Charleston, South Carolina. United States Coast Guard, Sector Charleston, South Carolina. United States Coast Guard, Sector Charleston, South Carolina. Break. August 6, 2026, 12 o'clock, local time, 1600, coordinated universal time. Coast Guard received a report of an unmanned and drifting vessel in the vicinity of Memorial Bridge, pinned against the bridge. All vessels are requested to keep a sharp lookout. Assist if possible and report all sightings to the nearest Coast Guard unit. Signed, United States Coast Guard, Sector Charleston, South Carolina. Out.
Alright, we're gonna maybe turn that off for a minute so I can talk to you, but yeah, we just put in, and we're gonna go out underneath the bridge here. Got some rain maybe coming in, some storms back behind us, but I think we're gonna be all right. We can duck in some places if we need to get out of the weather, but it's a huge, I'm talking a huge ship as I was going over the bridge, coming over here. Huge container ship that went up behind me up the Wando River there to the port. Just insane. This thing was humongous. Compared to the one that we saw in the Cape Fear River the other day, it was twice the size of that fucking thing. And probably twice the weight as well. So I don't know. Good that it was past by the time we got back down here, because it would have gone right by us, right here, right in front of that buoy right there in front of us. It would have come right through that channel underneath the biggest portion of the bridge, which, is the whole reason that they designed this new bridge back in, when the hell did this bridge go up? 2009 or 8 or something like that? I don't know. They demolished the old two-span bridge and built this one that was a little bit higher so that we could get more commerce into our ports, into our harbor. Doesn't look too bad, when I pulled it up earlier when I was at the VA, it looked like there was maybe going to be some pretty heavy winds, but right now it's pretty calm actually. And we're coming into the slack tide. The high tide is at 227. We're going to come into the slack tide here directly, so I don't have anything pushing against me really with the incoming flood tide. We'll do a little spin around here just to make sure there's nothing behind us. You got the Cooper River pretty much directly up here in front of me. We are technically on the Wando, but we're pretty much at the confluence of the Wando and the Cooper River. So straight ahead this direction is going upriver on the Wando. We'll just continue to make our circle here. We may see some dolphins out here today, which would be fun. They're supposed to kind of like to hang out around the Yorktown area over there by the pier. It's a good feeding ground for them. And yeah, we'll just see what happens, If we get a little bit of rain, we get a little bit of rain. We'll just watch out for the lightning. I got the, speaking of new stuff today, so I got my VHF with me today. So we'll be listening to the Distress Channel 16, and we'll be listening to 13 a little bit for boat traffic. I don't think we're going to have any issues with either. I do have a weather station on there too. I can pull up some weather, but I can see the weather, what's going on. But they were calling for like 8 to 10 knot winds. I'm not seeing that currently. We're going to hug the shore here on the Mount Pleasant side. Make sure we kind of stay out of the main chop. But right now it's looking beautiful. We're going to get out here to the Yorktown. Oh, I'm also wearing my paddle gloves today. Got some pretty good callus blisters from the paddling I've been doing, which is fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted. You can't really see back here behind me, but I'll show you eventually. But I got my orange safety flag on today, one that I got off of Amazon, and I got my new flag, custom flag coming that I designed for the Erie Canal paddle. That should be coming in pretty soon. As a matter of fact, today I've got some stickers and a new hat that should be there when I get back today. Got some carabiners coming in. I've got an anchor that I bought. I got some mooring line. Let's see, paracord. What else have I gathered for this trip? Kind of re-water sealed my Granite Gear bucket to carry all my camping gear and clothing for the trip. I don't know. I'm letting you sit here and look at me. You should be looking at the view out here. Say we're coming around this side. If you look here directly in front of me, right past this, to the left of this, this tower here, that is the Memorial Park that they built underneath the Mount Pleasant side of the bridge, the Arthur Ravenel. A real nice fishing pier right here in front of us that extends way out into the water. Gives you a good view of the harbor and the battery and the ports, hell, the Patriots Point, I mean everything. And then the park itself is just amazing. Great place to hang out, take your dog, take your kids, what have you. All right, I'm gonna concentrate and we'll come back to you once we get out to the boat. All right, so apparently you gotta listen to these alerts when they come up on the VHF. I wasn't listening because I was trying to talk to you guys, you know. But the Coast Guard came back on and said it wasn't a weather alert. It was an unmanned vessel that was out under the Ashley Bridge over on the other side of the battery there, on the other side of the harbor, going down the Ashley River, or up the Ashley River. And they just made a call back and canceled that alert. So I guess they figured out what it was and who the boat belonged to or whatever. So I guess everybody's all right. Yeah, I was talking about gear earlier. The damn main gear I needed today. Hello guys. Damn main gear, I even put it on while I was in the truck, was my hat. I put it on, my Mississippi River hat, and I put it on. I said, shit, I gotta change my shirt first before I put my hat on. So I took the hat off, I changed my shirt, I forgot to put the goddamn hat back on. So now I'm hatless, and I'm not happy about it. Because purposely I didn't put any sunscreen on my face. I put it on my neck, back of my neck, front of my neck, side of my neck, all of my neck. But I didn't put any on my face because I was going to have my hat, my brim pretty much covering my face the whole time. So I smeared a little bit off my arm, you know, and put it up onto my nose just to make sure my nose has a little bit of protection. But I'm not going to be out here very long. I don't think the UV index was that high today anyway, but we're making some time. I set a little timer a little farther back. My plan is once I get up here past the Yorktown and I see what the winds are doing, and I wanted to wait out and see what the weather was doing, but I may possibly, you know, I've been watching the traffic go back and forth and kind of timing some boats, but I may get up here to this marina on the other side of the Yorktown and try and shoot straight across. It's like a half a mile straight across to Castle Pinckney. Maybe go out to Castle Pinckney and just kind of take a look. That's on my list of things to do out in the harbor. I've been to the battery, that's about all I've done. I've never gone under the bridge, I've never gone to the Yorktown, so this is all brand new harbor bucket list stuff, I guess you could say. Winds are still looking pretty good. I hit a little bit of turbulence back there at the confluence, you know, when I finally came out to where the Cooper kind of started flowing in. Hit a little bit of turbulence, you know, washing machine type action, where it just water and currents didn't know which way it wanted to go, kind of crashing into each other and causing some mischief. But nothing dangerous, nothing crazy.
26258, 26258, check the Charleston 16.
All right, we'll come back. Oh, yeah, so I'm setting a timer to get to the bridge because I figured it was about the same distance. So I wanted to see what my time frame was to get to the bridge. And that would give me a good time frame of how long of a paddle it's going to be to get to Castle Pinckney. get into the safe harbor out there by the coastline, and then to paddle back. And like I said, I'm kind of watching this wreck traffic going through there to see where the channel is, where everybody's going. I'm also watching this ferry boat that ferries people out to the Yorktown, and then like right now, I think one's coming in. As you can see, it maybe right over in here. It's coming in, making its turn. Pretty sure it's probably going out to the Yorktown. Could possibly be, which I don't think it is. I see another ferry out there. I think there's a different ferry that's going out to Fort Sumter and back. So they've got a line that they go, the ferry to Fort Sumter goes on one side of Chutes Island, and then comes back on the other side of Chutes Island. So that's kind of a definitive line that you can time that Fort Sumter ferry. But yeah, the other one's either going out to Yorktown or it's going over there to the marina. I'm not sure. All right, so pull it out of the protection of that little cove on the other side over there. Got the bridge up here behind us. I don't know if I can zoom out from this thing. No. I don't know what all you can see back here, but oh, there we go. Got the bridge here behind us. We just went underneath it. And once I got up underneath, I definitely got some more wind. So there's definitely more chop over here. We're gonna head out to right here directly in front of us. There is some kind of boat. I can't remember the story behind it. I'll try and remember it and post something about it in the text whenever I post these videos. But it's like a concrete boat or concrete ship of some sort that sank out here a long time ago, or crashed, or did something over here on the beach, and they keep it out here as a reminder, maybe not to build concrete boats. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with it, but we're gonna go over and take a look. All right, so we're coming up on this concrete boat here. I looked up a little information on it. Let's back out a little bit here. Let's see if we can figure out. Let's see if we can go back in just a little bit. Oh, that's way too far. God damn it. I kind of like to have the bow of the boat, you know, bouncing around in the video. I think it's kind of cool. Basically, this is called the Colonel J.E. Sawyer, or the Old Sunken Hull is what it's also known by. It was built in 1919, and I think it was 126.5 feet and over 700 tons. Little bird on there. What's up, bird? What up, bird? 700 tons. It could carry up to 500 people, and basically it was a test ship to see if it could carry people around during World War I with the steel shortages. So they started to test to see what they could come up with, and I'm not sure if the concrete works. I'm not sure exactly why it sunk over here, but it's pretty cool. You can see into the hull right there. I'm sure those were you know, some kind of berthing or storage underneath, and you had some portals with probably some sort of glass that you can see out. So yeah, let's kind of get a closer look here. Ugh. Birds are liking it. Nice little perch. This is a nice bird's eye view, if you know what I'm saying. Really cool on the inside of it. If you could see, you can see some wood beams up in there. More concrete. If we can get a shot through one of these portals here. Peer into the past, you know. I'm gonna push off. But that's it. Built in 1919, the J.E. Sawyer, Colonel J.E. Sawyer, the Old Sunken Hull. Not sure when it landed here. I'll try and post some more information about it in the text, like I said, but not sure when it ended up being part of the harbor. give you one last spin around here. Again, we're coming up on, it's 1 o'clock, we're coming up on high tide, full high tide here at 2:27. So this is what it looks like at high tide. Low tide, you probably get a picture of the whole thing. You can peer in and get a better idea of what the inside looked like structurally. Turn around here. Of course, it's the bridge. We got East Bay Street over there directly in front of us, paralleling that side of the harbor. Used to have the Carnival cruise ship that would pull in and be right over here somewhere. And in just a few minutes, we're going to get some close-up shots of the USS Yorktown. So yeah, guys, that's exactly what this boat was earlier. It was crossing. It was a ferry that goes across to the Yorktown. Still sitting over there. We, of course, are coming up here on the Yorktown. You also have a Coast Guard cutter sitting right here. I can't remember what the name of that one is, but is Yorktown itself. I'm not going to get much closer. There's supposed to be a mooring line from what I was reading. A lot of people go up in there and they touch it and they paddle into that dock and stuff. A lot of people get yelled at and people get pissed off because you're not supposed to go inside the mooring line. It is a a state or federal type monument, so they want to keep people out of there and just for safety reasons and what have you. So we're gonna do a video kind of going around it here in a second, but this is the Yorktown from the water. Give you a view around the rest of the harbor here. On back up river toward the Cooper and the Wando, and back underneath the bridge. That's where we've come from. The picture of my shot of my flag back there. I think you can probably see it. I don't know. So what we're going to try and do maybe now is Castle Pinckney is right on the other side of. See this sailboat sitting right here at the end of the harbor, right over on the other side of that guy, about a half a mile across the channel there. Is Castle Pinckney, so we're going to try and get over there if possible. I kind of want to wait and see what this ferry is going to do. Anyway, that's what's shaking. That's what's doing. Get a little shot of the bridge here. We'll get you a little shot as we kind of paddle into and around the Yorktown. We'll go into the direct shot here. Keep an eye to the left on this ferry, make sure it's not coming back out. I think it stays within inside these pylons over here, but we're going to come out into the channel a little bit. The wind's blowing northwest, so right now we're going directly into that wind, so we'll hit a couple waves coming right at us. I don't think there's anything too choppy at the moment. There hasn't been any boats come by in a minute, so I think we're going to be all right with the chop. Sailboat just kind of anchored out over here. May have been here all night. They may just be here stopping out for the day. They can see that out there in the distance. Fort Sumter Ferry returning. Like I said, it comes on this north side of the island, and then it goes out on the south side. Shoals Island, Shoots Island, I can't remember what it's called. Something like that. Starts with an S. That's all I know. Ferry looks good over there. We're going to do a quick turnaround, just make sure nothing big is coming back here behind us. Let's do a spin. Give you a look. Fishermen sitting out there in the little bay boats. Mount Pleasant over here. Do a complete spin. And we're back. We'll get some residual waves from a couple of wreck boats that are going by at the moment. Those will kind of trickle on over to us. Man, you can definitely there's just a smell, you know. There's a smell to an old World War II ship. You know, I smelt it, tasted it when I went out on the USS North Carolina up in Wilmington recently, and I can smell it wafting off of this vessel now. I don't know what that smell is. I don't know if it's the paint, if it's the steel, if it's I don't know, just the mustiness. Who knows? I think they have a Blue Angel up there on the deck. Kind of get out here a little bit and we'll do a spin and get a broadside view. Been up there many times. Last time was probably 2017, I think was the last time I've been up there. Went up there with an old girlfriend of mine. Her son. All right, let's see if we can do a little spin-zaroo here. But yeah, there's a helicopter up there, there's a couple planes, there's a jet. That is definitely a U.S. Navy Blue Angels right there in front of us. Nice view. Nobody's out here messing with us. What the hell, we're over here now. We might as well get, you know, a couple more shots of the boat. A bunch of people up here looking at us. See if we can get a little closer. Winds are nice over here, but when I was out on the other side of this marina, man, it was getting windy out there. Nice and tucked in over here. There's that cutter. Little good shot from the backside. And you know, I like a good shot from the backside, you know. We'll tuck in over here. There was a submarine out here at one point, and from what I understand, from last I heard, I think they didn't keep up with the maintenance on it. It was just rotting out, and I think they were supposed to sink it. I guess they probably could have relocated it, but I think they maybe sank it. I'm not sure where. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. Maybe I'll try and put that in the notes, in the text. Hear a boat up there behind me. Here's that cutter, 724. We'll do a nice little spin around. This is the stern of the boat. Oh, what we got going on out here? Oh, the ferry must be coming back out. Yeah, we're definitely gonna hang out here. I just heard the horn. I think that's signaling that the ferry's leaving from behind the boat. So we'll sit here and see if we can watch it come out. See what kind of wake we get from there. Got a boater coming up here behind us. And now they're going to be passing at the bow up here. Yeah, there he goes. It's coming out from the bow of the aircraft carrier. Let's see if we can zoom in here. There she blows. So that's pretty cool. Got to see a lot of things today. Yeah, I was going to go out to Castle Pinckney, but once I went around this marina, got out into the open water, it looked super choppy out there. Got to cross the channel. The winds are supposed to be picking up. I'm just not going to chance going out there today. It's already, the waves are already pretty decent at this point. When I get out there, they're going to double. And I just don't want to take any waves over the bow, over the sides. We'll start venturing back. Here's the bridge. Oh yeah, we're getting into it now. A lot of boats coming in, a lot of boats coming in and out of this harbor, or coming out in and out of this marina, and just chopping this water up like fucking crazy. Had to sit here and kind of spin around in 360 degrees and cast these waves at 45 and 90 degree angles. You don't want to catch them broadside on this canoe. They'll swamp you at the, it's got such a shallow water line. You hit some of them broadside and it'll come right in. I do have a bilge pump with me and a sponge, so not too big of a deal, but you just want to do it right. No need to take on water if you don't have to. We're going to come around the opening of this marina. I think that was the last boat I was waiting to come in, and the last one that just came out, a little Zodiac boat came out a second ago. I didn't even pay attention to which way he went, because I was so worried about the other two boats coming from my starboard side. Anyway, we're going to get past the entrance here, head on over to the other side. On the other side here, got some good birds going on right here on this little wake wall coming into this marina. Keeps the waves from going up in there. Hey, what's up, birds? What y'all doing? What y'all doing up here? Don't want to linger here too long though. What's up, guys? Just sharing the water with you. Y'all don't have to go away. What was I saying? Oh, so up on the other side of this this marina, if you go to the left, you start going up Shem Creek, and that's kind of something I wanted to do today, but I'm gonna have to save it for another day. Just not catching the tide right, and time-wise, I think it's really gonna fuck me up because, like I said, we're getting to high tide here, and it's gonna slack, and then this water is gonna start pushing back out to sea. So if I wait too long, if I go up Shem Creek and come back, by the time I do that, the water is going to be reversed and start going back out.
49408, 49408, second Charleston on 16.
And we don't want that. Because it's supposed to be a pretty hefty tide going back out to sea here, back out to the ocean. All right, we'll kind of come back to the boat here. I was in the wrong app to get pictures of the ferry going by. Now we're back here at the ship. I know I'm giving you too much, but you can never have enough. You can never have enough World War II ship, aircraft carrier. Man, it turned out to be a beautiful day for a paddle. Absolutely. It'd be cool if these guys came out here on this little balcony right here and a guy proposed or something. That'd be nice. That'd be sweet. What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you over here. Try and get up a little bit closer. One thing I do know is it's right here in front of me. Right up through here somewhere. They did not have those air conditioners on their ship. Those are post-World War II ACs right there. By the way. Well, can look at the size of this anchor up here at the bow. What's up, guys? What y'all doing up there? Yeah, you got some nice waves pushing me in now. Effortless. shut off the bow, guys. All right. Well, we'll start paddling back. There you go, guys. Doesn't get much better than that. We are not quite under. We're getting ready to go under. I'm not going out to the middle. But really not that much traffic out here today, to be honest. Chops kind of calmed down a little bit on this side. It was definitely choppier, you know, down over here as it was outletting to the Atlantic Ocean. But there's the old ship. See you later, buddy. See you later. Oh, I got some nice waves coming up now from a couple wreck boats that just went by, though. I like it. Nice and relaxing. I don't know. I think I like it out here. Since you're out here and this boat ramp is a little busy getting out, there's 3 ramps over there, but it's still kind of busy. That boat in the back right there, it's not as big as I thought it was when I looked at it from the bridge, but that one in the back right there is the ship that I saw going underneath the bridge when I was driving over. So little port over there has got three ships, bunch of containers.